Hi guys, we have 2016 Dodge Ram 1500 Hemi, and the problem with this truck is there is a ticking noise on the right side when you start the car and the engine is cold. Then when it gets warm it disappears, and it seems that Dodge in these engines has a common problem with this actual bolt breaking off, and you see it was leaking right here on this upper side where the dark zone is. So that's where the ticking was, and this actually looks like a stud right now, but it's actually a bolt with a head and a stud, and it has another nut on top of it. So when I took the upper nut which holds the heat shield, the bolt came out and it's broken. This is the heat shield. It was on this side. Well, actually no, it was on this side here, and this is the broken bolt right here. So this nut with the bolt is one piece, and it has a second nut on top of it that holds the heat shield. And this is the exhaust manifold gasket, so it's leaking right from here. And remember, you have to take everything off, and I bought actually these. The best case scenario would be for you to replace all the bolts, but we just bought these. These are the 4 bolts that hold the exhaust manifold and the heat shield on top. So we're gonna replace these because it looks like these actually take most of the heat, and I guess this is why they're defective, or they just break off with time. But those are the bolts. I don't know, I think this is Mopar part, I believe. And this is the exhaust manifold right here, gasket. So again, this is the bolt right here, and in my case actually we got lucky because this is actually moving freely, and that's the whole operation. And I'm gonna clean this first with a brush, maybe a sandpaper, so it's kind of solid and clean, and then we're gonna install everything back in. So again, if you have this ticking, strange, sharp noise when the engine is cold, this is gonna be your problem. This bolt is gonna be most likely broken. So guys, upon installation of the new exhaust manifold gasket, we installed these new bolts here. We used the old ones. They're 10mm. These are 13mm here and 10 on the outside when you install the heat shield. But there's a strange thing, and I think that's the main problem of this situation where this bolt cracks, is that there's a hole here. It seems like they originally from the factory they meant to install another bolt to hold this, and I think what happens is the weight of the exhaust, and especially when you push the gas when the engine moves, it probably this weight of this exhaust puts too much force on these 2 bolts here, the one on the bottom here and the one on the top here, and either one can crack. I guess in this case ours cracked at the base of the head, and it just opened. But this is so strange because we thought that we missed a bolt or something, but there's no space, there's no trace actually on the metal on the exhaust manifold of an old bolt being installed, and then inside there's actually no hole inside the head for this. And I think this is a huge defect from the Dodge manufacturing. So sorry Dodge, you get a fail today. But this is the new gasket, and we're installing the bolts right now. Sorry that I couldn't show you the whole operation because I just cannot hold the phone at the same time while I'm doing this, and it's a very tight space to do this, just in this little space here. So that's the situation. This is the fix. And if you have the problem, just check these bolts, check these two bolts basically when you take the exhaust manifold out, because most likely one of them will be cracked. And also I heard from another mechanic that sometimes you get a you can get a check engine code for a post catalytic, the auto sensor post catalytic, saying that you have a catalytic deficiency, but actually it's not the catalytic converter. It's this gas. The gas is seeping out from the exhaust. And that's for today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.